Welcome to the broadcast. This is a source of information on all things related to commercial appliances. Welcome all of you that are new to commercial and those of you well-versed in this industry of ours. Your host is Mike Reed, a technician who has been in the industry for 32 years, with his beginnings working in his family's appliance business based out of the western suburbs of Chicago. Get ready for a truly interactive broadcast. Have all your questions ready and prepare yourself to truly engage with Mike and discuss ideas on all things related to commercial appliances. Without further delay, here is your host.
Yo, happy Black Friday, Turkey Day, all that kind of good stuff. Decided to give y'all a little time off. Hold on, let me turn this music down a little bit. So I decided to give y'all a little time off. Everybody watching their sporting events and all that. But here we are. I do appreciate everybody that's been putting into the channel over all this time. And I've had a number of people ask me information about Taylor. So let me give you the information out there that you can access. So without further ado, see right here, I'm gonna start with some of the basic videos out there, and they have some other people that have some in-depth videos. I'd like to say what's up to Untamed Kango, Amar Ameth, Amareth, or is it Amareth? What's the word? 66 Reflections and Shimmy 07. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Yo, yes sir, happy holiday. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Okay, it looks like everything is going all right. Okay. Amara Meth. Okay, cool. All right, let me jump into this. And try to give you guys as much information as I can. I know you guys are a glutton for punishment. So here is Taylor. Taylor is now a part of Middleby Corporation. Let me take myself up out of here. They are now a part of Middleby. Middleby purchased them a couple of years back, right? Because they wanted some of the businesses they got going on. Now, this is something that's new. I was not aware of, is that Taylor is now got themselves a FBD style frozen carbonated beverage machine. I wonder if Learner Trade knows about this one. I have yet to see one of these. And judging by the model number, it looks like they've had some for a while, but I've never, not that I can recall, I can't remember seeing one of these from Taylor. But what you guys are really familiar with is the soft serve. And particularly what you guys have this dogged pursuit of, is it like the C16? Let me see here. No, C16, I think that's like a Dairy Queen machine. Hold on one second. This sucker, when I see the one at McDonald's, it normally pops out at me. Oh, yeah. So here's the Taylor C608. So you guys usually have this If you're experiencing anything longer than 4 hours, please contact a doctor type situation for. So I'll give you some information. It's not going to be on the C606, but it's going to be on some of the other ones that's going to equate to this, how to change viscosity, all that kind of stuff. Contactors, like they say, the program controls, all that kind of stuff. Now, in all fairness and all fine specs or manual, let me see. Let me see if they got a manual I can get. Let me see if they pop up with a code or something. English. I do not work on Taylor. Okay, so it is here. It is here. All right, so here's the manual. Just so you guys know, hold on one second. Let me go back so I can take this link, and I am gonna, let me see if anybody got anything to say. All right, cool. I'm gonna take this link and I'm gonna try to put these things in the, as we go, if you look in the description info section, you're going to find links to everything that I'm showing you in this holiday session. There's the link right there. For you guys on Instagram, it will be on YouTube. I'll drop it down here. But there you go. So here are your manuals. I'm pretty sure they used to be behind lock and key. They are no longer behind lock and key. That's the soft serve. That's the shakes. Here's the smoothies. Batch custard. Let me see here. C606. There it is right there. C606 in English. Yeah, there it is. All right, so this is just what I was, they just are giving you the spec sheet. They're not giving you the goodies on the 606. Let me see what I had here before. But here is under soft serve and frozen yogurt. They're giving you the all the info. Okay, so you got the link now for this one. Let me just go ahead and sum this up real quick with Taylor, and then we can move on to the videos. The really boring part, which is going to be the videos. Oh, let's see what they got here. Taylor not only makes the soft serve machine, but they also have, here we go, with their clamshell. And you are going to find this thing in Olive Garden, Red Lobster, and some other places where you'll find this Taylor clamshell griddle. You need the access codes to be able to get in there. Here's the other one. So you have a slight difference where you have ice cream and you have soft serve. So this one, these guys make the soft serve. Here's your frozen beverage. So Taylor is really circling the wagons now. Blenders and everything. So Taylor makes enough equipment to get a restaurant up and running. Let me show you this one. So we're gonna, and feel free to ask your questions throughout this thing, because this is only for you. I'm a Stolten guy. I do not service Taylor. I don't touch Taylor. Just so you can see how much of a Stolten guy I am. I run around, I have Stolten bags and everything else. I am not a Taylor. Never put Taylor on these hands. Never touched a Taylor a day in my life. So this is going to give you guys a quick run through of the refrigeration circuit. This is brought to you by Danfoss. Yeah, there's no sound. I don't think there's any sound on this. Apple just did an update, so if there is no sound on any of these things, it's gonna make it fun. Glad I found out now instead of on Monday. All right, so I just updated just made changes. Just updated the description page. So as you can see, here's the barrel. This is not a Taylor. This is a so there's your TXV. Where the hell is my sound? So it's letting you know there's your TXV that meters your refrigerant to give you the right temperature. All right, we're almost done. It's only 1 minute and 59 seconds for the video. So this, what you're looking at is a typical batch freezer. So there's Danfoss showing you, because their components are in these units. Like they're showing you primarily the TXVs. All right, so that was the Danfoss one. And let's see here. Oh yeah, I gotta make these things bigger. What would you guys like to see first? Would you like to see operations or some technical stuff? Let's see if we got sound. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second.
Warranty will be in writing on the invoice you receive from us. With over $1 million in parts inventory, you know you can count on our parts warranty.
Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because these guys,
Whether you are looking for parts to maintain
will be
or
able to
repair your
sell you
Taylor
parts.
frozen yogurt machine, or you're looking to add soft serve ice cream or frozen yogurt to the menu,
So not
look
only
no
are they
further
able
than
to sell you parts from Taylor,
softserveparts.com. When it comes to providing parts and supplies for
actually have
Taylor soft serve machines,
as well.
we're known for our easy to use website, our fast shipping, and our excellent customer service. See what our customers are saying about us on Trustpilot. Most machines we sell come with a 1-year warranty on motors and compressors and a 90-day warranty on all other parts. Your warranty will be in writing on the invoice you receive from us. With over $1 million in parts inventory, you know you can count on our parts warranty.
Okay, so let me show you another. So that's part text. Let's see here. This is show you this. Okay, this one is how you.
And today I'm here with the
This is how you adjust.
Hey everybody, this is Will with Assistant Sessions, and today I'm here with the C713 to show you how to adjust your viscosity. You may have just received your machine, or you may have had it for a while and changed mixes, and you're just not getting the output that you want. So we're going to go into the system settings here, and we're going to adjust your viscosity to match exactly what kind of product that you want to serve. Okay, so To enter into the manager's menu, press here on this ice cream cone in the center, and we're going to use the up and down arrows and the select key to enter in the code. The code for this particular machine is 5231. You may have a different code for your machine. Most that I've ever seen have had this code, but you may have to contact your local distributor to get the service pin for your machine. Once you enter in the code correctly, you'll be sent into the manager's menu. You can navigate using the up and down arrows and the select key. If you press the ice cream button again, it will exit this menu and you'll have to enter in the code again. So just be careful with that. We're going to scroll down to viscosity setting. And it's a little ways down here. There we go. We're going to use the select key and it takes us into this menu. Left, right, and exit are our options. So I like to set viscosity one side at a time. What I'll do is I'll fill up the ice cream, I'll prime the cylinder as normal, do everything following the Taylor manual, and then I'll put the machine in freeze. If the product is not coming out thick enough, what I'll do is go in, and we're currently set to 3.8 amps. All right. So the thing to take into consideration is we need to make a small adjustment. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 amps at a time at most. And then we hit the select key. All right. Now that's not going to tell the machine to cut on and freeze down. What you have to do is you have to pull the handle and then the machine will kick on. It'll check the number against what the setting is and it'll say, okay, I'm either below that number or I'm above that number or I'm at that number. If I'm below that number, I'm going to kick on the freezing cycle. I'm going to freeze until my motor draws this number. Then it's going to kick off. So if your product is too thin, you raise the number. If your product is too thick, you lower the number and you wait. You cannot make the machine thaw the product out. It doesn't work like that. The only thing that it will thaw it out is time. So if your machine starts making a squealing noise, if it's just struggling to come out, you pull the air tube out of it. You've got this little screw nut adjustment here on the handle all the way open. And it's.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Let me hit you with this one. I'll hit you with this one real quick because I'm showing these videos for educational purposes.
Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides...
All right.
Just coming out at like 15 degrees, it's just over frozen. Just turn it off, let it sit, wait, give it 15, 20 minutes, come back to it, and then try again. But if it starts making squealing noises, just take it out of auto, exit these menus by pressing the cone button here a couple of times, take it out of auto, let it sit off 15, 20 minutes, and then deal with it. If your product is not thick enough, you raise the number. If the product is too thick, you lower the number. So raise it to make it thicker, lower it to make it thinner. But like I said, to make it thinner, you just have to wait too. It's not going to heat it up or do anything to help you out. And running your motor and running your machine while it's over frozen will damage it. So just let it sit. Just let it sit. So we've adjusted it on our left side. Let's say we need to adjust it on our right. Same situation. Raise it to make it thicker, lower it to make it thinner, pull the handle, and if you need it thicker, the machine will kick on, it'll start freezing. If it's too thick and you want it to get thin, turn it off, let it sit 15 minutes, turn it back on, give it a shot then. Okay. So the other thing to look out for is you want to make sure you have at least 2 or 3 inches of mix in the top here. You don't want to starve your barrel for mix. If you do, starve your barrel for mix, it'll start over freezing and squealing, and you'll end up with a whole myriad of problems. So just make sure you put a couple of gallons of mix in there. I like to run them at least halfway full. It eliminates a lot of potential problems that could.
Let me stop you right there. Since you guys are asking about Taylor, this is the number one problem people tend to have, is they let the mix run low. And then when they let the mix run low, you'll tend to have a lot of problems. The mix will get too cold. It'll trip the sensor. You will have a lot of problems with this unit. They'll They'll dump in warm product inside the hopper. The top is called the hopper, and that is also refrigerated, and the bottom is the cylinder where it freezes. So how these things work is these are gravity fed units. So you have gravity and you have pressurized units. The gravity is just that as you pull the lever and you draw product out the front, the level at the top will lower and it goes through a hole in the back. Then they have these, there's a number of terms that they use like carburetor and all that kind of stuff. And that helps to the rate of liquid that goes through into the cylinder, which then has to be frozen. So you can draw it out. Just so you guys know, these things will give you about 300 cones in an hour. And it does that by way of the process I just gave you. Now you have another way which is pressurized, and that's there's a pump involved, and that's a little more involved. Refrigerated bags of mix, and those are going to be down in a refrigerated section at the bottom of the unit, and it pumps the mix up into the cylinders. And that's something you're going to have to find out when you study and watch your videos. But let me finish this up. We got another 2 minutes on this, and I'm going to show you that concession slices, they also sell parts. They sell parts and they sell machines.
Really, really freak you out. So once we exit that, we can go up here to current conditions. Current conditions is a great page. It's got all of your temperature probes readings on here. So your barrel on the left is reading 62.5. Your barrel on the right is reading 63.5. Your hopper's reading 70. Your hopper's reading 69 on the right. And viscosity is your motor draw. So if I hit wash, you see your motor kick on. You see it spike a little bit and come back down normal. So while the machine is freezing, you can actually see the viscosity here on this page. You can see the temperatures, everything on it. And these temperatures in the barrel, this is a temperature probe that sits on the outside of the barrel, so it's going to read a little differently than the actual mix. You might read 20 and your product is 18 degrees, so just take that in consideration. They're not perfect, but it's very close to what it is.
That's another thing. The probes go out of calibration.
You can use this page to help see exactly what's happening in the barrel as you're taking your pulls and getting your machine calibrated. Once you get down to 17 to 19 degrees, typically 17 to 19 degrees, your mix may freeze as high as 20 or 21 degrees. You may have a premium mix that doesn't really get where you want it to be in terms of thickness until you hit maybe 16 degrees.
Yeah, mix makes all the difference in what he's talking about, whether it's going to be premium, that's going to be a high fat content. Then you have the other ones which are completely and wholly artificial. Those are going to freeze differently, and they have emulsifiers and all other kind of stuff, but you'll find that out.
It just depends on what you're working with, but it gives you an idea of what's actually happening in the barrel, and it's just a great diagnostic. So you can say, oh, one barrel is way colder than the other, or something's going on with it. It's just a great reference to have.
So once again, if you're looking for codes and that kind of stuff, they do have a number of codes. Now, let me show you. This is their website. They have like concessions east, concessions west. There's a number of parties involved with the different concession brands. They're all former Taylor guys that struck out on their own with little investment. So here we go. Yeah, they have a number of used units. Ooh, and this is, oh my God. I actually need a clear front door. Oh, $795. But this is not something you have to worry about. This is Stolding. That's the Stolding part. But here it is. They have all the Taylor parts. There's the beater pawls, control boards. Oh, those augers came down. This auger used to be $1,000 during COVID. Okay, so they have all the components that you're looking for. There's your drive shafts. Now there's a special tool that they have just for pulling those out. The ice buster. And more likely, if you're buying parts, they might be able to help you out. Now, your local Taylor technicians, they might just change the service codes, depending on what area you're in. So here's the different parts. And once again, they have a number of, here's your videos. And they go back, these guys have been doing this for over a decade. And what they've done is they've set themselves up to sell you machines and then provide the parts. So like I said, these are former Taylor guys. They are doing a little more than, as you can see, they're selling more than just Taylor, but their primary focus is on Taylor. Excuse me. So now that you've seen that, all right, let's go to another one. All right, good. So here's another example of repair on
your motor. So this will actually trip instead of your
this
motor.
is the water
shorting out on you. Pretty simple mechanic.
You can see your valves down here,
tripped,
and that water valves.
Just reset it, kind of like a circuit breaker. Sometimes they do die after a while. We're gonna have to replace it. So it's real simple to replace it. Don't get too discouraged by it. Today I got a Taylor 713. I'm going to show you how to do it. I already got the back panel off. So as soon as you take the back panel off, you're going to see this big box here. So this is where all of the electronics are going to be. So it's quarter head screws.
In case you're wondering, just below his arm, those two red circles. Let me see if I can enhance this. These two red circles, those are the low mix lights. So there are, and just about every brand has a way of telling the machine when the mix is low. Now, the machine knowing the mix is low versus the operator are two separate things. So this one, it will flash in the rear, normally because the machines are facing customers. The front of it is set up for a self-serve situation. And the employees are back behind the units and they're constantly refilling the hoppers. And so this guy is going to get into like the overload switches and things like that. And a lot of times when the overload is tripped is because it ran low on mix and the cylinder end up freezing.
Just slides up and out. All right. Now this is where all electronics are going to be. Get a little bit closer so you can see better. Now these are going to be our motor overloads. So to replace them, it's real simple. You're going to want to get a flathead screwdriver, a real skinny one. This one works best for me. And we're just going to detach it from the actual contactor. So these screws right up here, we're just going to loosen those. All right, and then this should slide straight down, just like that, and come out. I will say, be very careful with these. Not all the time, but sometimes they will keep a charge from the motor. So just get an insulated tool of some sort. You just want to put it right across there and just discharge that electricity. You might see a little spark. Nothing to be scared of. But I have been grabbed by one of these before. They're nothing's just gonna give you a little bit of a pop. But just discharge that with a insulated tool of some sort. Just put it across there. That'll discharge any electricity for you. All right. So from here, it's real simple.
And once again, this is from Slice's Concession. Sorry about that, I got ice in my mouth. This is from Slice's Concession. This is part of their tech videos.
Pretty much, just hook it up the exact same way that you found it here. So 95. I like to do one at a time because you will forget, or take a photo. I've seen some people do that. I've done that before, but I just like doing it one by one. '96. Most of the time they're just gonna have these little quick connects in there. Just always put it right back.
As you can see, he's doing this in real time.
That it came off of.
A couple of screws, you get to slide the back panel off. Everything is right there.
Sometimes you also see these little guys. Same thing, just a little quick connect.
Most of your other brands, you're gonna find all of these same components on the sides. We really don't find this too much on the back, but we find this on the sides.
All right, I always forget to do this. So this one is going to be in the way of that last screw. Let's pop that one out. I always get a little too ahead of myself. All right, once we have them all connected back how they were, you see these little hooks in the back right here. You see that? It's going to hook in little holes in the back. You'll kind of see them. You want to line it up with these holes right up here. It's always going to be in these first three. Tighten those back on. And there you go. Brand new motor overload.
All right, there you go.
Hello, ice cream friends.
Oh, perfect.
Today we're going to go over the self-test program for the Taylor Softec Control.
I couldn't roll into this
board right here
if I planned it.
In order to access the Softec Control on your machine, you'll have a panel similar to this, which you'll need to remove. And you remove that. There is a screw located under here, and then another one over here.
This is actually
this particular machine is a Taylor 161. On a countertop machine, your machine will probably look different. Now, in order to initiate the self-test, you need to have the power switch off on your machine, and then you will hold down the mix, wash, and pump buttons all at the same time.
I hope you heard that. And this is also from Slices. All right. So this is how you run the self-test.
and turn the power switch on. You'll know you're successful if all the lights on the Softek control light up. Now what this is doing right now is an automatic part of the test. It is testing all the relays on the power board on the machine. This is the power board here that is in this particular machine. Same power board in a lot of the Taylor machines, and it's testing out these individual black relays right here. So for example, the fan just came on, condenser fan for the machine, and it's going to go through and continue to test those relays one at a time every 10 seconds. And it's going to go through test the mix relay, fan relay, pump relay, beater motor relay, there that is, compressor relay, the spinner relay, which is the agitator located in the hopper of some machines, and the portion relay. So it's still got a couple more to test out here. Now, just to clarify, some of the machines out there, not all of them have the pump system. Of course, not all of them have the spinner system. So it will go through and test those even though they don't exist. Now, if any of these lights do not go out, that means there is something defective with the relay in the board. So, or if you don't hear the relay, like it doesn't come on and off, then that's going to indicate there's some sort of issue in the power board here. And usually in those cases, you just replace this.
The links to these videos are in the description.
The part that we're in here, and just to mention, these wires over here are disconnected for a purpose. It's part of this test. I'll show you here in just a moment. Right now, we're in a part where we're testing these 3 dials down here, and those are actually called potentiometers. And we're going to make sure that all of those are responding properly. We're going to start out with the SS viscosity shake temp. I refer to it just as a viscosity. This controls the thickness of the product in your machine as it's freezing. Very important thing to keep in mind with this particular adjustment is wherever you're set at right now, because these lights all correspond to settings. So you can see when I actually go and turn this dial that they move back and forth. So we were on wash when we started. We want to make sure that that's where we go back to. Otherwise, when you turn your machine back on, your product's going to either be too hard or too soft. So make sure that you're getting back to approximately where you started. Now, in order to advance this, we're going to go. Now the mixed low light is set up. Now the SS viscosity, that is the set point light. So we've gone on to the mixed low light, which corresponds to the mix potentiometer on the Softek control. And again, it's just left and right. Now, if anytime you're doing this and the lights are not corresponding, that means that you have a defective Softek control and that will need to be replaced. Press the mix one more time, and we're on to the standby. And you can see all these potentiometers are responding as they should. Now we're going on to a thing that only applies to shake machines. So if you have the that type of machine that does milkshakes, there's going to be, of course, the fine adjustment knob in this area here on the shake machine. And as you rotate that knob left and right, you'll see these lights correspond just as we did with these other potentiometers. But again, that's only for shake machines. So we're going to press the mix key one more time. And now we're on to a function of this where it's checking the amperage of your beater motor. Now, the way this works is it corresponds to where you have the jumper pin set on your power board, and it's, you see that it has 2.4, 5, 8, and 11.2, and that those are approximate maximum amperages that you can set your viscosity control to on your on your soft control.
Give me
And
scoping.
depending on where that jumper setting is, there's going to be a corresponding reading on the board, depending on what light is lit up. You can see here, this chart will show you which of those corresponding lights in your amperage range, depending on, again, the jumper setting on your power board. My power boards are located at different places on each machine. If you have any questions, you need to contact a service technician, and they can help you determine the location of that. Now we're going to do the mix key the mix button one more time. And this is now going to take us to checking the temperature probe on the machine. Now, in order to do this is why I have these wires disconnected here. You'll need to remove 2 screws. I have one out over here, another one here. And these screws are actually the ones holding in the Softac board. So go ahead and remove this other screw. Touch the back of the board to the other metals. Just be careful when doing that. The shock risk is pretty minimal with this, but again, just be careful where you're grabbing things. Try to just handle the board by the edges.
Yeah. Enough of that. Freaking Taylor. Why you guys want to work on this is beyond me. Anyway, here's how you test with the listers.
Hey, this is Tex from SoftServe Parts again. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about thermistor probes and Taylor SoftServe machines. I'll show you how to check a thermistor probe using your ohm meter or multimeter. But first, let's talk about what thermistor probes do. Thermistor probes sense the temperature of product in either the mix hopper or the freezing cylinders. And when they go bad, the machine can't sense the temperature in the mix hopper or the freezing cylinders, and therefore can't regulate those temperatures. The hopper probe senses product temperature whenever there is product in the machine, whereas the left and right standby probes or barrel probes only come into play when the machine is in standby mode. If your machine's not maintaining safe food temperatures in the hopper or either freezing cylinder and adjusting the machine won't work, there's a good chance you have a failed thermistor probe. We check a thermistor probe by measuring its resistance. So on my meter, I'm going to set my meter to ohms. If you have a selectable multimeter, it needs to be set to 1K ohms. You can start by removing the leads to the probe. Should be a black and a white wire. The colors really don't matter. One wire goes to the logic board, the other connects to a ground. We're going to disconnect those and connect the leads to our meter.
This is the link.
You need to have a good connection there, or else your meter could read OL. If you have a bad probe, your probe might also read OL or open. We have our leads connected. Turn my meter to ohms. And it looks like we're measuring about 10.77, 10.78. Looks like it's settling at about 10.77. So we'll make note of that. The 10.77 ohms or 10.77 K ohms that we measured corresponds to a temperature on the thermistor curve chart you see here. As you can see, the reading I got corresponds to 73 degrees or 74 degrees on the thermistor curve chart. Since the machine is sitting in my office at room temperature, and I know the room temperature is about 73 degrees, we know that this probe is reading correctly.
Welcome to the world.
If you get a reading like mine and your machine is sitting at room temperature, your probe is probably okay. Most likely you're testing this probe with ice cream in your machine, either in standby, or you can test the probe in auto even though it doesn't come into play. You can still test your probe in auto mode. So the way you would do that is you would take your ohm reading and go to the chart and look for the corresponding temperature. Most likely, if your machine's an auto, your product should be between 17 and 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So that would correspond to somewhere between 43 and 50 K ohms. If the reading you get is off by more than 5 degrees, or if you get an OL reading or an open reading when you take your ohm reading, then it's probably time to replace the thermistor probe.
Yep.
Go to www.softserveparts.com to order a new thermistor probe or any parts for your Taylor soft serve machines. Hope you found this video.
All right, let me show you their website real quick. So this is their website. I put the link in the description for this video. You also have it there. So here's their information on Taylor. Here the part breakdown, the diagrams, exploded part view. Let me see if I can find a C606 or something like that. 17. That's all right. So as you see, you're going to have to go through quite a few of the different providers before you find what you really need. And then you're able to get it all down pat, what you're looking for, where to go, who's got the best information. But you don't have to be lost. Everything is, they have all this information. You can call these people. Once again, these people are former Taylor techs. They know this equipment inside and out. It's not like they're dealing with microwaves and dishwashers and stuff like that. All they do is deal with Taylor. You know, one or two other brands, but their bread and butter is Taylor. And of course, you can also, you know, sell a customer a refurbished one, water cooled, air cooled, single phase, 3-phase, and this is 2008, and it's still going for, you know, $9,000. So with these guys out there, it really does help to retain the resale value of these units. All right, so that is Partex. Showing you that. We went through the Taylor stuff. Now, I'm going to show you another drive video. This is also from Slices. And he's also going to go over
talk about your Taylor ice cream machine,
how to modify the board,
and the different modifications you can make on the SoftTech control. This SoftTech control board is what's behind this sticker and faceplate. To remove this, there are 2 screws that can be used with a flathead. And here as well. You can remove those and pull this down. Each side, or each barrel, has a corresponding SoftTech control board. We're going to talk about the 3 different settings this board has. The first is your viscosity or temperature. What that means is the thickness of the product in your barrel. So you can make your product thicker by slowly turning to the right, max. You don't want to turn too far to the right because then your barrel will overfreeze and that can cause damage to your motor. You want to do slight modifications and drawing ice cream after every 10 minutes for the modification to kick in. The next part of this is the mix. That means this is the temperature of coldness in your hopper. Your local health department will decide how cold that product needs to be for safe temperature of dairy use.
Now, as you can tell, you have 2 different instructors explaining the same item, and they're including completely different things, which is why I'm giving you these 2 videos, albeit not back to back. I meant to give them to you back to back.
Last part is standby. This is the temperature for your barrel and your hopper product when it's on standby during the night. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to Slices Concessions. Thank you and have a good day.
All right, so that's slices. Now, there are a number of training videos. Let me switch to it now. I don't really think we need to go through these. A little audience participation would be nice. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys would like to go into, oh, Cognac, what's up? Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are interested in seeing some of these videos. Oh, and this
the Taylor Model 160.
Matter of fact, let me give you turnkey. Let me give you turnkey stuff real quick. Turnkey Parlor. Now, Turnkey provides they're heavy on Taylor, but they do provide, as you can see from the picture, Stolting, Blast, not Everblast, what the hell is it? Masterbuilt, some, as you can see right here, federal cases, that kind of stuff. And they will sell you the entire yogurt store package, right? Complete with all the Stoltings right there. Boom. You need, how many they're going to sell you? Oh, only 3? That sucks. All right. So 3 for $46,000. And it's a water cool package, which means there's going to be a whole nother piece to it to cool down the water. But anyway, and this is what you all came here for. There's your Taylor. And as they say, they have multiple. So these guys, they only focus on this portion of the business. As you can tell, there's no microwaves, there's no dishwashers, there's no ovens. This is it. This is all they deal with. They refurbish every piece of equipment that they get their hands on, and they put it back out there for a lot of money. Now, the current video that I just stopped, let's see here. Yeah, he's also in California. So there's like 2 or 3 of them out there in California. Let me see if he has some. His videos are on YouTube. They are not so much about helping you as they are about trying to get you to buy pieces of equipment. Let me see here. Carpigiani manuals, but you can get Carpigiani manuals. Stolting manuals, you can get that from Stolting. Taylor. Boom. All right. So there's the Taylor stuff. Here's some of the Taylor instructions. There's your beloved Emery Thompson, which, you know, really has any issues. So as you can see here, it even have Electro-Freeze. Electro-Freeze. What is that? Little Italy. It looks like Little Italy. More Stolting. But they are, most prospective clients are going to inquire about Taylor. They're going to ask about Taylor. So let me go back here and let me show you his video. So they have a number of videos from the factory. So this
one is a soft serve.
This helps you to go through and know how to take the unit apart. Oftentimes you're going to have components missing from these damn units. The employees, the owners claim that the employees know what they're doing and how to do it, and then you show up on location and you find that they clearly do not.
Powder model with a 3-door spout. 2 individual flavors are available from the end spouts, and an equal combination of both is dispensed through the center spout to create a twist effect. It has a 1.5 quart capacity freezing cylinder. The mix flows by gravity from the hopper to the freezing cylinder through a feed tube. Read and become familiar with the operator's manual before operating or performing any maintenance on your machine. Duplicate the procedures where they apply for the second freezing cylinder. We begin our instructions at the point where we enter the store in the morning and find the parts disassembled and laid out to air dry from the previous night's cleaning. These opening procedures will show you how to assemble the parts into the machine, sanitize them, and prime the machine with fresh mix in preparation to serve your first portion. Assembly. When lubricating the parts, use an approved food-grade lubricant, for example, Taylor Lube. To install the beater assembly, slide the small, thick O-ring into the groove on the drive shaft of the beater assembly. Apply an even coat of lubricant to the O-ring and the shaft. Do not lubricate the hex end. Insert the beater assembly through the rear shell bearing at the back of the freezing cylinder and engage the hex end firmly into the female socket. When properly seated, the beater will not protrude beyond the front of the freezing cylinder. Place the large O-rings into the grooves on the back of the machine door. Then, lubricate the O-rings.
I hope I don't get copyright strike on this freaking.
Slide the front bearings over the baffle rods so the flanged edge is against the door. Place the white plastic guide bearings into the end of the baffle rods. Do not lubricate the front bearings or the guide bearings. Slide the slotted portion of the hand screws into the slots in the freezer door. With both hands, hold the sides of the freezer door and insert the baffle rods into the center of the beater assemblies.
Yes, it's a process.
Finger tighten the hand screws equally to ensure that the door is snug. Do not over-tighten the screws. The freezer door is in the correct position.
Now, how you tighten up the door is specific to the brand of machine. This machine, they specifically said to do them both at the same time. Most others, especially ones that are going to have 4 tightening bolts, you're going to do them in a alternating pattern. So these are things to be mindful. Different machines get put together differently, which is also why they have these videos.
When the door spouts are on the bottom, install the valve seal in the grooves on the center draw valve and lubricate the seal. This special seal will prevent mix from one freezing cylinder from traveling into the...
The lubricant that you use is brand specific. Every manufacturer is going to specify one brand and then denigrate a different brand of lubricant. So it depends on what kind of materials that they're using, and that determines what type of lubricant needs to be used. So I have to carry like 3 different type of lubricants.
The second freezing cylinder. Slide the 2 O-rings.
I'm running around like the diddler.
Into the grooves on the remaining draw valves and then lubricate the O-rings. Lubricate the inside of the freezer door spouts from the bottom. Insert the draw valves into the freezer door from the bottom until the slot in the draw valves comes into view. Slide the O-ring onto each pivot pin and lubricate.
All right. You know what? It's a little long. It's a little boring. Let me show you this other one from Turnkey.
It might be.
Sorry about that.
The Stolting Turnkey Parlor Ice Cream Equipment Superstore. Today we want to talk about the importance of changing blades.
Yes.
The beater blades on
Yes.
a Taylor machine or a Stolting or Electrofreeze, whatever you have. Okay. If you don't change the blades often enough, there's no exact time to change them, but it might be these Stolting blades here that you see last longer. They're more expensive, but they last longer. The Taylor blades are cheaper, but they last not quite as long as the Stolting blades. But
He said
every
that,
few
not
months,
me.
you want to make sure that your blades are sharp, okay, and that they're scraping the cylinder inside. There's a freezing cylinder in there. And if these blades aren't sharp, they don't scrape the inside of the cylinder properly. And the beater keeps going, which gives, you have a domino principle of problems. This beater will keep spinning. The ice cream won't get cold enough. It won't tell the machine that it's gotten cold enough, so it won't stop the motor from running. You'll run more electricity. The product is going to be softer. It's just in general a problem. Whenever you have a technician come in, one of the first things the technician, if they're a good one, they change the blades and put brand new blades in there. That way they know if it's an actual problem.
That is the number one thing the customer is going to fight you on. The customer never wants to change the blades. Let me see if I can get something right. The customer never want to change the blades. You always explain to them and they're always playing stupid. They act like, oh, I've never heard that before. And you know damn well they were told that when they bought the machine. They were told that when the machine was installed. They were told that when the machine was, when they first had their first run through demonstration in their location. Everyone says it's on the packaging, and it's the number one thing. So that's why I wanted you guys to hear this, is because it's true. And it, like you said, it doesn't matter what machine it is. This is what needs to be done. Oh, Max Tax, what's happening? So this is something that has to be done. So just know it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Yes, please like the video. Like the video. Share the video. It's greatly appreciated. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find that sucker. Boom. Yeah, do that one for me, would you? All right, let me continue on with this. Let me shrink myself. Damn it, that ain't what that's not what I'm looking for. All right, that'll have to do.
Because it could be that you just need new blades.
Yeah.
If you don't change the blades often enough, again, your motor is going to be running longer, costing you more money in utilities. So, and wearing on the motor. Eventually, you're going to have to get a new motor or change the belts or just do a lot of other maintenance that you don't want to be doing, and you don't want to pay more in utilities. So, don't get cheap on the blades. Make sure you change them often. Thank you.
All right. So, like I said here, I'm on the Taylor. Oh, you guys can't see that. So on the Taylor website, on the Taylor's YouTube channel. So let me go to their videos. Oh, a number of different videos. These are operating videos. And they're, marketing, lots of marketing videos. Let me see here. Oh, fun times. Ooh, there's a multi-flavor. All right. Yeah. So
welcome to the Taylor Product Lab inside the Middleby Innovation Kitchen. The Taylor Product Lab is where innovation meets flavor. Today, we're taking a closer look at the revolutionary C716 multi-flavor soft serve freezer with heat treat. Let's dive right in and discover what sets this incredible machine apart. The heat treat system is designed to keep dairy products fresh for up to 28 days without needing to completely take apart and clean the machine. It uses a daily heating and cooling cycle to safely maintain the products. In addition, we offer our Brush Butler program where you can leave the entire cleaning process to our team of Taylor expert service technicians. They handle the cleaning every 28 days and also perform preventative maintenance 4 times a year. Say goodbye to the daily maintenance hassle. With the C716, your focus can remain on serving delicious ice cream to your valued customers. The C716 takes efficiency to the next level, allowing you to serve more products to your customers faster than ever before. You will enjoy a whopping 40 or more consecutive servings before it needs a break to recover. This incredible machine can produce a remarkable 15 gallons of product per hour. We take pride in ensuring that each and every serving looks identical, maintaining a consistent quality that your customers will love. Imagine the convenience and efficiency of serving up that much product to satisfy even the busiest of crowds. The C716 offers you the option of 2 separate flavors. And when you're feeling adventurous, why not go for the twist? You can also expand your flavor offerings with ease via Flavor Burst. This amazing add-on installs directly.
So this is something that a client might call you to do, is to add on this Flavor Burst
onto the freezer spouts and seamlessly integrates into your existing setup. With Flavor Burst, you can greatly increase your menu options without the need for multiple machines or tons of extra space. The C716 multi-flavor with heat treat is designed to be easier to clean and operate. With its user-friendly interface, streamlined maintenance, and expandable menu options, you can spend less time worrying about the nitty-gritty and more time delighting your customers with their favorite soft-serve creations. Visit Taylor-Company.com or call your distributor today to learn more about the incredible C716 multi-flavor with heat treat. Taylor, good things start here.
All right. So to answer, so the couple was Word and reappliance. Here's the answer to your question. Now, what's most important for you to know is where to find the information. So Taylor has been making equipment since before you and I were born. There are numerous different blades out there. So here you go. So I hope this answers your question. You're going to learn in the world of commercial, you need information that is specific to what you are working on. Without information, without specifics, you're just playing with yourself. You got to get serious. You got to get serious about this. I mean, look at what you're gonna do. Which scraper blades are you gonna, what sense does any of that make? What blade do you need? So CEO Jakes, no, of course not. Of course not. Taylor has been making these machines. So you're just now coming in, but if you would look at the previous part of the video, I've shown you where all these guys are selling machines that are like 20, 30 years old, and they're still getting top dollar for these damn machines. Taylor rarely discontinue anything. I've seen different videos over the years where guys are actually getting like 50, 60-year-old units and refurbishing them. So if you can find the same videos, they're on YouTube. So, but yeah, who makes the new one with soft serve one side and milkshake on the other? Everybody makes that. I mean, you just in the product description, you will find. So here you go with your shakes. So everybody, this one is focused on Taylor, right? So I'm going to show you the Taylor one. Here you go. So here is shake, and soft serve, right? With the blender in the middle. So you could do concretes, you could blend in fruits into the shakes, all that kind of stuff. And once again, let me hit you with this one. Hold on, let me hit you with this one. Just so you know, I do not and have not and have no intentions on ever getting Taylor. Let me make this big. I have no intentions on ever getting Taylor on these hands. These hands will not be touching Taylor. I'm a Stolting guy. Stolting Vollrath all day. I work on Stolting and Vollrath a lot. I actually take care of a couple of lines that actually got discontinued as well, but I am not a Taylor guy. No way, no shape or form. This is just to answer all of those requests that you guys have had on wanting to overdose on Taylor for who knows what reason. But whatever crazy reason it is, there you go. No, I don't work on Taylor. What shameless plug? Man, look here. No, a plug is this one. A plug is oh man, a plug would be, man, come on down to Mike Reed Appliance and come and buy you some Stolten machines. I got them. Why, DeKoffel? Because Taylor is all right, DeKoffel. That's like asking a guy who works on Dodge, hey man, how come you don't work on Cadillac, man? Hey man, you work on Dodge, how come you don't work on Audi? Audi's a good car. Huh? How come you don't work on Mercedes? Like, look, mother sucker, I only work on Dodge. Stop asking me about that other stuff. I don't work on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So my app says Taylor wants you to pay their service, right, for their machines. Like, hell to the no, right. So yeah, DeKoffel, you'll find that most people you stick with your tribe, okay? It is extremely foolish for you to go out into the deep waters. Why would you do that? Well, it's not brand loyalty. It's called intelligence. Why would you work on something where you can't get support? I'm having to show you where you can call this guy, call that guy. If you buy parts from them, then you can ask them. You cannot get help from Taylor. Taylor will not help you. Hello? Yeah, hello, Taylor. Yeah, I'm over here working on this machine. Service number? No, I don't have a service number. Hello? Taylor? Hello? That is what's gonna happen to your ass. Doesn't matter if you're at a McDonald's, doesn't matter if you're a Red Lobster, doesn't matter where you are, you're not going to get support. As I've been showing you in these various different videos, it's a lot more to these machines than you guys can fathom. It's oftentimes fine adjustments, worn belts, and then why is the belt worn? Well, maybe it's a viscosity issue, you know? So it's like, but why are you having a viscosity issue? Sometimes these cheap bastards are, okay. So sometimes you'll have these cheap bastards that are letting the mix get low. The machine, the lights are flashing. They're flashing at them all day, and they just act like they don't see it. And then when the machine goes toka, then they want to go ahead and pour mix into the damn machine. It doesn't work like that. The machine, the hopper, is supposed to stay full at all times. It's not designed for the hopper to stay empty and for them to just pour mix down the drain of the freaking hopper. But they'll do that. And then the mix will freeze. That extra the belts will burn. You'll walk into these places and you'll smell the burned rubber. You're like, oh, I hate these people. Like, I hate these people. I hate them so much. And it's because of their own foolishness. It's because of their just being cheap. And it's not saving them money, because now whatever they thought they were saving, they now have to pay you in labor. And I don't give a damn if it's a $6 belt. It doesn't matter. I still got to go over there. I got to replace the belt. I got to pay for my insurance. Got to pay for the time, the whole nine. So you got all these different things. And then there's a video I'm missing on how you deal with the piece in the back of the cylinder. Let me see if I can find that for you, because to see these guys pull that stuff out, it's crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's like you go to an auto mechanic and you go to a Ford auto mechanic and say, hey, how come you won't work on this Volvo? It's like, get the hell out of here with that, that craziness. It's just like, you make no sense. You make no sense when you say that kind of stuff, brother. No, make no sense. It's not about brand loyalty. It's about being trained. It's about being professional, and it's about being able to get the parts. With Taylor, you will not get training unless you work for Taylor. 2, if you work for a client that has enough Taylor machines. Let's just say say you're a technician for a chain of movie theaters, and they have all Taylor in like 15 of their movie theaters, right? They got Taylor machines in 15 of their movie theaters. Taylor will allow the in-house technician or technicians to attend training. Say it's a amusement park and they might have 30, 40 Taylor machines. They will then allow the in-house technician to obtain training. Not only that, they will give them access. They will give them training codes and all that kind of thing. And it goes on and on and on. If you're a McDonald's technician and you want training on it, and the owner of those McDonald's locations have a number of them, they will allow you to have training. All right. So common sense, people, common sense. You are a business owner. You're running a business. You really have to function appropriately because you're running a business. All right. So here's on the Taylor site, when the mix outlight flashes, right, it will automatically go into standby to prevent damage. So what that means is it's automatically going to shut down. The compressor is going to stop freezing. The compressor is going to stop, and it's going to go into a system. When it goes into standby, it's going to come on to keep the product cool, only so the product doesn't spoil, doesn't break down. And that's another thing these cheap SOBs do, is they will leave the product in the machine for way too long. Now your viscosity is changing because they've now sometimes it depends on if it's artificial with gar gum and all gar paste or whatever the hell and all that stuff, xanthan gum, then it'll start to get gummy. If they run this stuff 2-3 days, maybe they have a flavor in there that is not too popular, and they're too lazy to draw the product out and then refrigerate it. No, they'll keep it in the machine. And so every 15, 20 minutes, the machine comes on and it starts whipping the product because it's mixing them so you don't have any so everything is evenly coming in contact with the barrel. Yeah. So right. And so these machines should be cleaned and disassembled every 3 days, 4 days. And they refuse to do so. And it just causes problems. It causes so many problems. When they refuse to shut it down for the cleaning, then you have the viscosity problem because it just beats the product to hell. If it's milk and it's all pretty much all natural stuff, it's going to break down, and so it won't have as much viscosity. If it is xanthan gum, guar gum, and all that other crap, it is actually gonna like thicken it up. So knowing what your customer is using is paramount. And like I said, hopefully, yeah, I think I had that banner flashing. I don't work on Taylor. I don't get that crap on my hands. Oh, what the hell? My sister's called me. What the hell? Oh, let's see here. Donna Jean, you're live. You're live with the world. What's the word? Uh-huh. Yeah, my sister was working on a Motac, one of those piece of garbage Motac units. So she's mm-hmm. Oh God. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, you learn. All right. Yeah. So you got metric thread and you have US thread. And if you do that, so typically what you end up doing is you end up damaging the valve over a little. You might, I doubt if I don't think you had it in tight enough. I doubt that you did it. Did you undo the threading to see if it was damaged? Oh, then it's the right threading. It just has to go all the way in. It has to go all the way in.
Correct. Threading, so like the thermocoupler was a wider threading than the one that was on the back.
Okay, so then you're right. So then what? And you sure it didn't damage it? So I think the wider one is US and the tighter one is metric, I believe, because like I told you, that Motac garbage is based off the Italian design. But let me finish up with the people. All right. Oh, that's my sister out there working on these units, hard-headed as usual. Don't want to listen. Don't want to listen. So here we go with the simplified pump. There's the air pumps on these. Oh, this is the features on the one that's shake and soft serve. And then, like I said before, here's your manual combination. And this one has the freezer at the bottom because it has a pump. So if you don't have a pump, then everything goes in at the top. But when you have it, when it's all pumped in and using injection, then they can add the different flavors with it. And so Taylor's not the only one. Taylor's actually late to the game on this one, but everything matters. So there's your pump at the top. And then you also, you got one at the bottom for the bag. There's your mix. No. Okay. So this one, the pump is at the top. The pump is at the top. some other brand, because I don't work on Taylor. Other brands, they have the pump down below. This one has the pump at the top. This is how everything's supposed to be. And here is the separate piece when you need to actually a separate tool to remove that beater. Let's see if I can find one. Taylor. Let me see here. Taylor beater tool. See if I can find it. Ooh, here we go. None of these are the damn tool, but these are just shorts. Oh, there's the tool. There's the tool. I found it.
Doing a demonstration of the drive shaft puller today. Got these things back in stock and lowered the price quite a bit. So it's a nice tool. Very important to take these drive shafts out every time the machine is clean. So it's also pretty common for them to stick. So this tool helps with that. So this is what you do. You take this end, stick it into the machine, put it around the drive shaft, a little bit of pressure towards the center, and slide this slide hammer to the handle. And that will pull the drive shaft out. Now, another good feature of this is that if your arms are too big to fit inside the barrel, you can also use it to insert the drive shaft. Just like that.
Taylor. Oh, yeah. I think I went over this.
Taylor C707. First part here, the reason that the machine is not kicking on when you try to freeze it is this mix out sensor here. You need to cover it with a wet rag, or if for some reason that does not work, you can take a wrench and place one end of the wrench over the sensor and make sure the other one is just touching metal in the hopper. The second part here, we're going to talk about changing a setting on your control board. This is out of another machine with the same type of control board. And we're talking about this control board down here. So there are four.
So earlier you saw how I gave you information on how to change that component over there by his thumb, and the rest are just motor contactors.
Screws here, 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 and here. And you'll see this plate will come right off. And then the part we're going to focus on is this part here by this ribbon cable. You can see those pins in there. Those are the same pins right here. Now, the first thing you need to do before making any changes to this is to determine what amperage your beater motor is running at.
Exactly. No guessing for all you guys out there.
Apologize for the fighter jet in the background. So your beater motor wires are going to be right here next to this contactor, so you can see about an inch over from there. There's two wires here, and you can see they're labeled beater. Now, in order to read your amperage, you'll need a multimeter. This is a clamp style. They also make them in fork style that look kind of like this, and they just slip over the wire. So either clamp onto one of these beater motor wires right here, or slip the fork over them. And then you'll need to make sure that the multimeter is set to the amperage setting, which is this UA here. So on your meter, you should see something similar. Once you've done that, you'll come over to your touchpad here and you'll press the wash button. Now you want to do this with without the auger in the machine. So again, just put the faceplate on. If you don't have a magnet, but just make sure that the auger is not in the machine.
And once again, this is a video that you could find online. This is by Slices Concessions
machine, because you don't want to run it on a dry barrel. And once you have pressed the wash button and the beater motor kicks on, and you'll get your amperage reading, that will allow you to determine what changes you need to make for the jumper. Now, the jumper is this little piece of black plastic right here. And all this does is it slips over 2 of these pins. It's going to be on one of those. And you want to check here. The one you don't need to be concerned about is the one labeled spare. That one is just exactly what it says. It's a spare jumper. So the one you're going to be concerned with is one that's going to be on one of these, the 2.4, 5, 8, or 11.2. Most likely, it's going to be set on 5. Now, when you get your amperage reading, it's going to be 4.6, 3.2, 5.8, wherever that reading may be. That will allow you to determine where you need to move your jumper. So if, for example, if it's reading over 5,
are you having fun yet?
That's going to prevent you from making the necessary changes to your viscosity setting. This will be behind.
I'm loving it.
Behind this panel here.
I'm loving it. Yeah.
And that is what's stopping you from being able to increase your viscosity setting enough, because there's a limit to how far it can go based on which jumper you have the plastic piece set on. So if you have any other questions, you can let us know, but just by moving that to most likely the 8 setting, that should then allow you to make greater changes to your viscosity setting here. Thank you.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So there's your beloved. Let me go and stop this before it starts another one. There's your beloved Taylor. So to sum this thing up, I wanted to give you guys the information that you've been asking for. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So here it is. Here's the collection of stuff. Here are all the damn breadcrumbs. Knock yourself out. Look in the description of this video. I have all the links to this source material. So all of these guys, to Taylor itself, because there are a number, it's all one Taylor, but each division of Taylor, each regional location for Taylor is their own franchise from way back in the day, from like the 50s. And so they each have a website. But this website, the one that you see here, this is for the main one. This is for corporate Taylor. So this is not going to give you Taylor in California. This is not going to give you Taylor in Miami. This is going to give you the corporate site. So I decided to, I said, okay, let me just go ahead and give you guys this stuff. But I'm giving it to you with this little caveat. I cannot help you. I can't answer any questions for you on that. I'm not Team Taylor. I have no access to Taylor. I have no association with Taylor, no training, no nothing. So yes, they have the ones that are mixed to do shakes. They have the ones that do margaritas. They have the ones that do ice cream. As you can see here, they have the custard and batch. And like I said, sometimes those are going to be, it all depends on who it is. You might even get one that's going to be from, what's his name in Florida. You might get one from him. It all depends. They've gone through so many different models over the years. And it all depends on your customer and when they had it. But if you just go over to Taylor, let me look at the resources and let me just show you. Let me see if they have any here. Yes, you can rent Taylor. Yes, they have preventive maintenance. They have leasing. Yeah, they will set up an equipment demonstration. Oh, you can't see that, damn it. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. Make sure you guys can see what. Okay, sorry about that. I'm looking at the wrong screen. All right, so yeah, they have everything. And as far as is there any training for my new? This is not for technicians. See, a Taylor tech will come out once a year to put the staff through it and go over the maintenance. Why? Because they make the damn machine. How can I receive training by the factory for repairing my equipment? See, once you are authorized to participate, the local distributor will get you set up for factory training. So either you got to go, some of you bastards think you got the gift of gab. So either you're going over there and you talk them to death. So either you're going over there and talk them to death and say, hey, send me to the class, which I have no reason why they would do that. Or my other suggestion is that you find someone else that has a large number of Taylor units or even a McDonald's and use your wonderful gift of gab to get them to send you to the Taylor factory training. Without that, you're just forever trying to piece stuff together. So, like I said, you got to learn a lot of stuff about overrun and whatnot. Put a 1 in the chat if you have ever worked on a soft serve machine, a custard machine, ice cream machine, batch freezer. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's see what we got going on out there. For all you guys that are chomping at the bit for this golden nugget that the goose called Taylor is supposed to be laying for you. Let's see what you guys have experienced out there. I know there's a little slight delay. So yeah, let me make sure you guys can see all this stuff. Yeah, I know. I figured. Excuse me. So here is, so they have uncarbonated beverages. So you know the machines that you see in New Orleans and stuff like that? Yeah, so Taylor makes a version of that. These are the uncarbonated stuff. And then you got your one. These are the ones for your liquor. They will freeze down your liquor. And these are your FBD killers. Learn to Trade is going to have to tell me about this. I run into this one. This one here in Texas, we have a ton of these. These use some kind of refrigerant I've never seen before. It's like a 460 something. A ton of locations will have these. I tend to see them at the auction. I never see them at the actual locations, but I will see them at the auction. And guys snatch these things up, but they use a freaky refrigerant. I'm just not too excited about buying that damn refrigerant. And there's no way that these things can hold that much liquid to even make it worth your while. Max Tax, what brand of daiquiri machine? Because that is extremely close. But the difference is they have like the torque switch and all that stuff with the frozen beverage that they don't have on your ice cream machine. So what was it? It was Smoothie Factory. Oh, Daiquiri Factory. What the hell is that thing called? And I'm done now. So if you guys ask your questions away, because I know you guys have pretty much been trained to just ask your questions after the stuff is over with. I know it's a bad habit that you get. It's a bad habit that you guys got. So here we go. Batch freezers. So it looks extremely similar to a Stolting batch freezer. But this one is more keen to not Electro Freeze, the other one, Emery Thompson. It's not an Emery Thompson, but it's very similar to that. Very similar to that. And once again, so now Taylor is giving you the manuals if you want them. Here are your parts. I doubt if they have any prices with the parts. And that's only because Middleby, you could set up an account with Middleby. Do you guys have a parts account with Middleby? If you don't, you need to set it up. Let me see here. Taylor is out of Illinois, like I said, where I'm from Chicago. That's where, Illinois Tool Works, Taylor, True, so many of these different brands are out of Illinois. So for me, it's just a common thing. It's a common site. And let me go to the Middleby parts. Let me see here. Equipment, videos. I don't know why they make this thing so. All right, so it's Middleby, MIDDLEBY, and then parts. I do have to keep up with my stuff. I don't want to go to residential. Anyway, so this Middleby residential, but they have Middleby commercial. There's a commercial. And Pitco, Turbo Chef, South Bend Wells, Nico Lang, Blodgett CTX Globe. I don't see Taylor. I do not see Taylor. I wonder if they killed the at one point in time you were able to buy parts from Middleby on commercial and residential. Here we go. So here's the commercial section. So all your commercial parts, you are able to get it, but I've shown you at least 3 other suppliers besides Parstown. I didn't show you Parstown, but you have 3 other suppliers for Middleby. Taylor. Excuse me. Taylor parts. I don't want to even go. Let me select a manufacturer. Oh, let's see here if Taylor, Tinker, Taylor, Soldier. I don't even. Okay. It's not even here. It's not even here. Is so here's the deal with that. The reason why you can't find your parts for Taylor through their company website is due to the arrangements that they have with the different divisions. So let me show you what I mean. So if you type in like Taylor beverage machine, let me see, Miami. So we come up with Taylor US. Now this Taylor US is not, it's Taylor, but it takes you right to the Florida division, South Florida division. And it tells you the whole history of these guys and the whole nine. See, you don't get more Florida than that right there. And look, a little Cuban guy, and oh yeah. Look at that right there. Yeah, you don't get more Florida than this. And you got your typical South Florida. Oh, you got a little Haitian back there. Okay. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's Jamaican, Puerto Rican, or what. But yeah, so this is your South Florida. Florida's equipment leader. See, since 1960. Since 1960. And if you do the search, you're going to come up with a different Taylor, which is why I gave you the link. See, so this one is in Western Florida, which is why I gave you guys the link to the main site instead of, okay, yeah, so they're just outside, well, almost in the wilderness over there in Fort Lauderdale. So I used to live right up there. So I used to live right up yonder, just a quick 45-minute drive. I used to live right up there. I used to service that whole. I used to rip and run from West Palm Beach all the way down to Miami. But this is the Taylor supplier, and then you can go and buy your parts from them. And when you look for Taylor beverage machine, and then I'll say New York, it gives you Taylor Upstate. So these people have bought into these franchises long time ago, and they own the rights to service in these areas. So any Taylor piece of equipment, it needs to come out of their warehouse. And see, different date. So this distributor bought into Taylor back in 1981. So if you know what you're looking for, you'll really understand what you're seeing here. So that's when they bought in, and they're in these different areas. So this is Taylor Upstate. And if you do more looking, you'll find other Taylor, so the Taylor network is, nationwide. Taylor Company. Oh, damn it. I meant to say something else. Taylor Equipment. Denver. I messed up the flow. Okay, maybe this is them. Yeah, this is them. I got lucky because I messed up my wording that was getting me. Sometimes I kind of, work with the algorithm. Sometimes my stuff always works. Sometimes 65% of the time, I'm always right. So here we go. So in Denver, these are your people. You would buy your parts from Rocky Mountain Distributing, Englewood, Colorado. But these are the guys doing the service, blah, 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 equipment, service and parts. So if you are in this area and you needed to go and pick up parts, you would swing on over to Rocky Mountain, and then you would pick up your parts right then and there. Typically, I haven't looked up their prices, but typically you're going to pay a premium. I don't know how it works as far as if they will match your Middleby pricing that you're supposed to get when you sign up for your freaking account. It's free to do. Sign up for your account, people. As they say, they have over 1.5 million in parts. So when you dreamers like to run around and say, oh, golly gee whizums, I'm going to go ahead and work on Taylor. Yay! You know, Taylor is already out there with the part. The trucks are already on the road with the part that they need. The technician's already trained. The technician already knows the equipment. They either put the equipment in or knows the tech that did put the equipment in. Pretty much like how Hobart is. Even when I do installs on Hobart equipment, Hobart has to come and sign off on my stuff and say that everything is okay. But you don't even get that far. You don't even get that far with Taylor. Yeah, you don't even get that far with Taylor. Why? Because Taylor is the distribution. The chain of custody goes from the Taylor production facility, trucked to the distributor, which is Taylor. The ones you're looking at, either in Colorado, New York, Miami, Texas. It goes directly to them. They then inspect it. They then test it. Then they will bring it out to the client. They will then set it up and conduct training and then sign off on it so that these people have their warranty. These pieces of equipment do not leave the chain of custody of Taylor until that customer is actually serving equipment out of it, basically. And then after a number of years, if the customer goes out of business or they decide to upgrade and get another piece of equipment, then that's how you start to see this stuff out in the world, out in the wild, which leads to all these other guys that I've shown you. So once again, I've shown you serveparts.com. There's the replacement blades. I'm not going to say the other words. So you can order these parts there. They have the Steri-Sheen. Not only do they have Steri-Sheen, but they got the Haynes. The lubricant on the right, this lubricant right here, you can buy that at Harbor Freight. That is the exact same lubricant. The Petrogel that you see on the left, you can actually get that same Petrogel at you can get that one at United Refrigeration. I believe that Petrogel is on the shelf at United Refrigeration. The only one that is a little more difficult to come by out in the field is Steri-Sheen. Steri-Sheen actually has local drivers all across the country. I see their trucks every single day. I swear, it's like I see their trucks in my sleep. So Steri-Sheen, let me see if I can find some Steri-Sheen. Let me see if I can find some Steri-Sheen pictures. So yeah, as you can see here, here's the blend for Stolting. They come in these little itty bitty pieces. Let me see here, Steri-Sheen trucks. Oh, come on, man, don't do this to me. Anyway, damn it. Steri-Sheen delivery. There we go. Yeah, so I see these damn trucks every day. They have Steri-Sheen trucks that just go around delivering Steri-Sheen. Let me see if I can find any. Let's see here. Of course, when I'm looking for it, I can never find it. The minute I get off this damn thing, I'm going to be inundated with freaking Staresheen videos. Watch. But any other questions we got? We're wrapping this thing up. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
It's one of your most important assets, your ice cream equipment. Without it running smoothly, you don't have a business. With Staresheen Green Label, you can keep it running beautifully and, more importantly, keep your customers coming back for more. Follow these simple steps to get the best out of Staresheen Green Label. Remember, always follow the manufacturer's directions for the removal and attachment of all parts. Drain and rinse the hopper and freezing cylinders. Dissolve 1 2-ounce packet or 2-ounce scoop into 2 gallons of warm water. Be sure to stir.
Excuse me. So Staresheen is the #1 trusted brand out there. Let me see if I can find another. Petrogel. I think Baker carries something. I can't remember what the hell it is. I can't remember what it is. And of course, here it is on website. Petrogel. And of course, they carry Staresheen as well. Everybody carries these different ones. Hanes has been the ugly stepchild lately. So no one wants you to use Hanes, but Hanes is you could literally find Hanes anywhere. It's a food safe lubricant, and you can get at Harbor Freight. So you can use it if you're out and it's you ran out or the location can't find it. You could use it. They don't want you to make it your main lubricant, your main sealant, but if you need, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Hell, the thing's supposed to be broken down at the end of the day anyway. So if you use it one time, it's not going to cause the apocalypse. Okay, the 4 horsemen aren't going to come riding through that freaking door, and pestilence, consumes the land. Trust me, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, and you could use Staresheen when that next day delivery comes in. All will be fine with the world. So with that, I'm done with my ranting and my raving. Just wanted to get you guys that information, because you guys keep asking about that damn Taylor. There you go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button. What are my damn likes like? Somebody tell me what my likes are like today. I'm gonna have to start instituting that, because you guys leave me high and dry, hanging out here. What do you mean break into Taylor? I don't understand what you mean by break into Taylor. I mean, that's like saying, so it's pretty hard to break into a bank, huh? You're not supposed to be working on it anyway. I mean, you can work on Taylor that isn't. You can work on Taylor that isn't new. I mean, I get calls every day. I curse them out when they call me, but I get calls every day. I get calls from nightclubs and all kind of places. Get off my damn phone with that garbage. No problem, man. No problem. Oh, 9 likes, that's it? Oh man, you guys, that's criminal. That's criminal. The likes are free. The likes are free. When you come on in, hit the like. Come on back, help a brother out. I still only have 700 something subscribers. Be greatly appreciated if you guys can hit the like. That's all. That is the cost of admission. Hit the damn like button. So what else we got? That is it. So in the description are all the links to what I've shown you. But yeah, Taylor it's closed. I mean, you're trying to take home the prom queen. I don't get it. You're not even captain of the football team. You're not the most popular kid in school, but somehow the prom queen is going home with you. Still struggling with that one, trying to figure out how the hell you pulling that one off. But, you know, who knows? Maybe you come back and tell me how foolish I was, and now you're a multimillionaire. So anything is possible. Highly improbable, but it's possible. So check you guys later. Hit the like and subscribe. Monday, 7 p.m. I didn't go on Thursday because it was Turkey Day and Black Friday and blah, blah, blah. But I'll see you guys Monday. And don't forget, I'm going to be hanging out with Learn to Trade. That is on the 4th. Here is... That's his info right there for Learn to Trade. You know what? I don't know. I normally will try to focus on Mondays. I try to focus on the industry events. You guys don't seem to be too interested in it. It's a passion project of mine. I have we're in overtime now. Everybody's gone. It's just us. So I got this for you guys. I have a brand. If you guys are into laundry, I got all right. So I got this one for you. Hold on 1 second. Let me add this to the screen. So this is a brand of washers called Yamamoto. I want to tell you about this. Yamamoto, and I did talk about the other one. Here, they're washers. They have hard mounts and they have soft mounts. Somebody watched my video the other day, so you mentioned a little something on the live stream. Don't think I don't know. You mentioned something on the live stream. I was like, oh, I felt honored that this guy watches my video. So I wanted to talk about Yamamoto. I got a whole thing set up. I want to talk about Yamamoto. I wanted to talk about Unity. Yeah. Unity Laundry. A little bit about Unity as well. Yamamoto, Unity. I haven't had a chance to actually talk to these guys yet, but I did talk to Unity, and Unity has referral for you. So if you do sell a unit, you turn the customer over to Unity. Unity closes the deal. They're going to give you 10%, plus they're going to return the customer to you for the install, the delivery, the install, the removal of the old one. All that will be, your charge. All that'll be for you. So Unity and Yamamoto. Oh, B and C. Hold on 1 second. And then B and C washers. So I wanted to go over this one as well. BNC washers with you guys. I don't know if you guys are, the one that is watching, if you guys are into laundry or not. So BNC, they have their hard mounts, and then so here's the hard mount. Yeah, I don't see any soft mounts. Oh, yeah. BNC has soft mounts. They got some soft mounts. So this would also lead you into cleaners and whatnot. I don't know if any of you guys are into Milner. Milner, because Milner's they're gonna have their class. Oh, I should have started the other way around. They're over there in Kenner, Louisiana. That's where they have their classes. I'm gonna have to find a literature. Oh shoot, let me see. How I usually find the training is I usually have to Google it. Hold on. Planning class 2025. Service seminar, Milner 2025. So yeah, March. March is when they're going to have their classes. That's for the tunnel washers. And then the other one is, so this is the normal one, your regular wash extractor. So that's the end of March, beginning of April. And these are the entire week. Oh, this one's shorter. Monday through Thursday. So you just don't do, if you do tunnel washes, it's Monday through Friday. If you're just doing this a regular wash extractor, then it's Monday through Thursday. All damn day. Oh, and I think this class, oh yeah, so the class is still $600. Like I said, it's you're gonna be in New Orleans all freaking week. It's like about 20 minutes outside of New Orleans. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know how interested you guys are on the laundry side of things. I so rarely get to talk about laundry with anybody. I so rarely get to talk about dishwashers with anybody. Oh, let me see here. It is dish machines. I'd have to look it up. Later, but yeah. So that's dishwashers. I mean, not dishwashers, washer machines. Feel free to leave a comment as to what is of interest to you guys. I have no idea. I'm only going according to what's trending in the industry. I'm only going according to what the news is. Like I said, what the current. I'm only going according to what the current, what the current magazines are writing up. Let me know what's going on with seminars. Who's buying who's closing up, different brands of walk-ins and whatnot. This is Everest. I forgot to talk about Everest. I do want to. Here's Polar. Yeah. There's the Polar, like I was telling you guys about, with the coolers. Thermal King. Hell, got case on right here. So it all depends on what you guys are interested in. That'll help shape which direction I take the channel, take that individual news to. They're talking about the new True Ice machine in the magazines. Oh, you can leave it in the comment section of the video. You leave it in the comment section of the video. You can actually leave it in any. The thing of it is, if you leave a comment on any video, it'll pop up on my phone. So I'll get a message on my phone saying you got a comment. I don't even know which video you're commenting on. I actually have to go and tap into the comment, and then it'll tell me which video it is. Other than that, it comes up as if you guys are sending me a text message. So you just, especially if you just do this one, you put in, what is of interest to you, and then I can, go off in that direction. But other than that, as usual, hit like, share the information, let somebody else know. Oh, and in jobs, I have no problem going over job openings, things of that nature. See you guys on Monday. Yes, lots of people watching at different times. That's what I'm saying. Hit the damn like button. Oh, and learn a trade. LED handyman. See you later, man. I'll see you on the show Monday. Maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do a show tomorrow. If not, I'll see you on Monday.
We are same, but different, but still same. Ha ha.